Hi everyone, I hope you all. This is CoinsKid. Just going to dive into Bitcoin once again. Thank you for support. Okay, big up the CoinsKid crew. So right now, unfortunately, I got stopped out on a little short trade here. We kept running into this resistance, didn't we, of the 050. I did honestly anticipate running into that again, and then sort of coming back down, falling out, getting a nice little wick this week down here on this particular level of support where I was going to open a lovely little long. And obviously, it doesn't always go the way you want, and I got stopped out on a 382. So it was around about a 2.8% loss right there. So, you trade the ranges, and this is why you don't over leverage as well. I've taught you that much, okay? So you can see we're getting this beautiful break here for Bitcoin, okay? We're starting to come back upstairs. We're getting above the daily EMAs, which is good. And like I said to you, you're getting this really tightening range here for Bitcoin, and you're holding this ascending level of support. So this is technically bullish market action, basically price action, but there's no guarantees. Obviously, it's all about support and resistance. This is your key low, on the 1 fib at 34360. If you do see Bitcoin start to come up and run into this resistance, start to roll again and start to close outside of that pattern especially, then you are confirming that you continue to roll here, and I would anticipate you're going to come down and retest that low at a bare minimal. And if you do start to lose that, then you've got a reversal wave coming back down to one of these fib targets, okay? So this is why you trade the ranges, what I taught you. Now, what would be fantastic here for Bitcoin, if you did start to come up, okay, and you started to get through this key level of resistance and started to actually close above it, okay? Because if you start to take it out and close above it, you're confirming a breakout for Bitcoin, and you indeed create this beautiful W bottom scenario like this. Look, see that beautiful W bottom scenario? You're coiling up and you're looking for the break, okay? Now look at the waves here. And this is what I said to you about price compression, okay? This is what happens. You see, look, you've got support, resistance, support, resistance. Right now you came down to support, a higher low, a beautiful retracement right there inside this ascending level of support. You didn't necessarily come down like I anticipated, to be honest with you, and then you're starting to come back up the stairs, and look at the gap between the waves. Do you see that? So the tightening, do you see that? So this here, you're going to get some reaction here for Bitcoin, whether or not it's this week or next week. You're getting some price compression, as something is going to give here for Bitcoin, and we can trade that accordingly. Because if you do start to come up, hold back test, boom, your retracement's in, and you're going to start to come back up and attack that high, okay? Now this is a thing that gives the game away, whether or not we're in a bear market or still in a corrective phase of a bull market, and we're looking to take out that high, because technically if we look at Bitcoin on the monthly time frame, like I said to you, all you did here is come back down to the runway, basically. So you've took off, gone into space, and you've sort of come back down to the runway, to the 20 monthly EMA, and you started to flatline out. These are starting to look a lot more healthy for the continuation of the trend, which is a bull market. And at this point, this is where you've sort of come down, found support, and you start to take off again, okay? And you can see you've come up in this beautiful impulse, correction, impulse, correction, and you've got that last impulse just there, and you've got some kind of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 continuation taking you up to those targets, okay, for Bitcoin, and everyone's really fearful, thinking it was a bear market. So I'm not necessarily seeing any bear market structure just yet, like what we've been looking for, this sort of series of lower highs. You're losing the 20, capitulation. We're not really seeing that yet, and you do usually see people get really bearish at key support. Look at me. I was opening shorts at key support as well, but that's the way it works. It sort of entraps you. It's market psychology, okay? So technically on the monthly we're looking pretty okay, because like I said to you, you've got a low, you've got a higher low, you've got a high, and you've actually made a higher high. So technically this is bullish market structure. This is what you want to see. It's bull market structure. Do you understand? I know it's horrible, it's heinous, alts are getting battered, but sometimes you've got to come down to go up, and it's the way it works. So I've taught you that much. Just there, would you said that was a bear market or a beautiful opportunity in the corrective phase of a bull market? I know what that was. That was opportunity, and right now I do think that this is opportunity. So like I said to you, you will be in technical targets if you lose support, and at the moment you're not losing any key support. This is why I'm not giving you any targets. The downside, the possibility is obviously always there, but at the minute, for me to give you them conclusively is opium. They're obviously always there. Even the targets to the upside is opium, because you've not broke the high yet, but it's a target if you break the high. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? This is what I teach you. We trade the ranges. So if we take a look at the 4-hourly time frame for Bitcoin, let's have a look at the 4-hour. Wow, you really are taking up in there. You're melting spaces, aren't you? So you run into resistance. Take a look at the RSI, because you can see, this time won't be any different, I don't think. You've got a level of resistance just there where you rolled, and then you've got that level of resistance just there again where you rolled. So right now you're starting to look a little bit overbought. So do anticipate, as you start to get up here, run into that resistance, there's potential where you might roll again, and you start to come back down. Now it's all about here. If you can break through and fall back and hold, you're looking to break impulsively. But if you do run into this, there's always a scenario coming back down, okay, and losing support. And like I said to you, if you come down and lose that low, that's really, really negative. And I do think you'll sort of put one last leg impulsive wave to the downside, which we will try and find the target for you. So that's basically Bitcoin. You know, it's looking okay. One thing we do need to see on the weekly time frame here is get back above these EMAs. That would be amazing if Bitcoin can close the week out back above the 55 and the 20, okay, and start to get back up, because like I said to you, prevent that death cross that everyone's anticipating. And what you're going to get here is some kind of EMA repel. You know, when you look back in history and Bitcoin's broke out, this is a big if, hold and back test and start to come back up the stairs, you've just got an EMA repel there, not a death cross. You know, because them death crosses, when you do get them, historically for Bitcoin, you've always entered a level of capitulation, okay, but have we got it yet? You know, so you're trading confirmation, I've taught you that much, okay. So that's basically Bitcoin. You're looking okay. You've got a beautiful W bottom pattern here on the weekly, series of high lows, which you can't ignore. You know, you're getting a confirmation, that bullish inverse hammer candle as well, which we spotted on Monday morning, which I've shown you in Monday's update. So, you know, you've got key resistance on the 55, get back above the 20, which currently sits at 441811. If we can close the week above that and start to hold that as support, then you can see this is what happens. Okay, you put a beautiful impulsive break, and if we start to do that, I would anticipate you're going to start coming back up to that high and break it. Okay, but there's no guarantees. This is your key low right now, 34360. You see Bitcoin run into that and roll again. You know, you start to come down, and you're basically coming down like this, and you run into resistance continuing. And then I would be looking at these fib targets as a level of support moving down, and that sort of be like last leg down basically for Bitcoin. So that's basically Bitcoin. Hope you enjoyed that update. Stay healthy, stay strong, stay tuned. Thank you for support. Take care, everyone. Back soon with another update on Bitcoin. Thank you. Bye bye.